Young Sheldon had a strong 7-year run, expanding the world of the Big Bang Theory by introducing many more dynamic characters who play important roles in the lives of the titular Sheldon Cooper and his family. The solid success of Young Sheldon led to more shows, including Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage and the new Big Bang Theory spin-off Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. Of course, it is necessary that both shows continue to introduce faces that subsequently engage audiences. Largely, the original characters of Young Sheldon refract off a Young Sheldon's Ian Armitage arc, showing different perspectives as he navigates the worlds of scientific research and his family life. Sheldon and his family learn how to affirm their commitments to each other while pursuing their own goals throughout. Certain characters are the best of the series because of the advice they offer or the different paths they go down. Paige enters the franchise as a potential peer to Sheldon, were it not for the fact that she deeply annoys him by being just as smart as him. However, Paige's story is sometimes oddly sweet because of how she appreciates her sort of friendship with Sheldon and bonds with his sister Missy, Reagan Revord. Furthermore, she adds depth to the show by illustrating an alternative version of Sheldon's life. Sheldon acts like everyone is beneath him, which in a way protects him. However, Paige is shown to be struggling because of her academic status. The Coopers' neighbors are frequently at odds with them, but Brenda offers occasional bits of support and reflection. Like Sheldon's mother Mary, Zoe Perry, Brenda experiences marital strife, which, in her case, ends with her husband leaving. She and Mary clash over Brenda's relationship with Mary's husband George, Lance Barber, but Brenda manages to impressively resolve the matter by talking about what George actually sought, which was mostly an outside, objective voice. When so much of Young Sheldon is about family life, Brenda is important to the story with her experiences of being a wife and mother, never crossing any lines and not realizing that their friendship would cause problems between her and George. He actually is something Mary really needs in her life, as he encourages a more nuanced and non-judgmental approach to her faith, something she lacks when she appears in The Big Bang Theory. Overall, Rob is a really interesting character because of the compassionate way he handles most of the small-town conflicts while continuing to be confident and set an example in his own life. Sam is a reminder that while Sheldon and his family's concerns mostly lie elsewhere, there are whole other issues and movements happening around them. Namely, Sam is something of a rude awakening for the series when she talks about how women in science are treated. Despite their past conflict, Sam is still very kind to Mary when they run into each other on campus. Most importantly, Sam is not afraid to call Sheldon out on his privilege. It will take him a long time to learn from people like her, but the fact that she is there is important just the same. Young Sheldon most effectively elaborates on Sheldon's life by introducing some figures who were scientific role models to him in his youth, even if he didn't always listen to them. Sheldon immediately has a kinship with Dr. John Sturgis, who, like him, is a brilliant and quirky scientist, played by the comedy legend of Wallace Shawn. Sturgis' relationship with Mimo, Annie Potts, was sweet while it lasted, but as she moves on, his bigger impact on the series is in the ways he helps advance Sheldon's education and forces the aspiring scientist to self-reflect. As far as a supporting character's presence goes, Mandy is obviously the biggest one of Young Sheldon when her fan-favorite status resulted in her becoming a regular. While dealing with the challenges of an unexpected pregnancy and trying to restart her own career, Mandy develops resonant, heartfelt relationships with members of Sheldon's family. Her charm and humor largely come from the charismatic performance by Emily Osment, which cemented her as a permanent fixture of the Big Bang Theory franchise. This is arguably the goal of all the characters introduced in Young Sheldon, to become so vital to the world that we can't imagine it without them. The world of Young Sheldon has introduced audiences to a plethora of endearing and unforgettable characters, many of whom never appear in The Big Bang Theory. While Sheldon Cooper's journey from East Texas to Pasadena is at the heart of both shows, Young Sheldon expands the universe with fresh faces who shaped his formative years. Here are the 6 best Young Sheldon characters who never make it to The Big Bang Theory, but who still leave a lasting impression. Perhaps the most significant young Sheldon character absent from The Big Bang Theory is George Cooper Sr., Sheldon's father. The patriarch of the Cooper family, played by Lance Barber, is a deeply nuanced character who straddles the line between being a flawed yet loving father. Unlike the image Sheldon paints of him in The Big Bang Theory, young Sheldon gives viewers a more complex and sympathetic version of George. While Sheldon often describes his father as an unfaithful and inattentive man, young Sheldon showcases a different perspective. George Sr. struggles with the pressures of raising a genius child while trying to maintain a stable household and his career as a high school football coach. His moments of warmth, particularly in his interactions with Sheldon and Missy, offer a touching contrast to the future Sheldon's harsh recollections. Despite his tragic fate looming over the series, George Sr. remains one of the most compelling characters in young Sheldon. Sheldon's twin sister Missy does technically appear in The Big Bang Theory as an adult, but her role is relatively minor. In young Sheldon, however, Missy, played by Reagan Revord, is an absolute standout. She is quick-witted, charismatic, and exudes the kind of charm that makes her instantly lovable. Missy is often the one who keeps Sheldon in check, balancing his arrogance with her humor and grounded personality. Her relationship with Sheldon is one of the most endearing aspects of the show. While her intelligence may not match her brother's, her social awareness and street smarts make her just as important. She offers a refreshing contrast to Sheldon's analytical mind, reminding the audience that there is more to life than just intellect. Young Sheldon allows Missy to shine far more than her brief appearances in The Big Bang Theory ever did. Though Sheldon's beloved Mimo is mentioned in The Big Bang Theory, she never actually appears, making her presence in young Sheldon a delightful addition. Played by Annie Potts, Mimo is the sassy, fun-loving, and fiercely protective grandmother that every family needs. Mimo's relationship with Sheldon is one of the show's highlights. She understands him in ways that others don't, offering support and encouragement without the frustration that often accompanies dealing with his quirks. She also provides much-needed comic relief, particularly in her interactions with George Sr. and Mary. Beyond her role as Sheldon's confidant, Mimo has her own intriguing storylines, including her romantic life and business ventures. Her presence adds a layer of warmth and humor that is missing from The Big Bang Theory, making her one of the best characters in young Sheldon. Dr. John Sturgis, played by Wallace Shawn, is one of Sheldon's earliest academic mentors. As a quirky yet kind-hearted physicist, Dr. Sturgis recognizes Sheldon's brilliance and takes him under his wing, offering guidance and friendship. His gentle demeanor and offbeat personality make him a natural fit in Sheldon's world. What makes Dr. Sturgis such a fantastic character is his childlike enthusiasm for science, which mirrors Sheldon's own passion. He also plays a significant role in Mimo's life, forming a romantic relationship with her that adds another layer of complexity to his character. Unlike many other authority figures in Sheldon's life, Dr. Sturgis doesn't try to change or suppress Sheldon's eccentricities. Instead, he embraces them. His absence from The Big Bang Theory is notable, as he clearly had a profound impact on young Sheldon's intellectual development. As the pastor of the Cooper family's church, Pastor Jeff, played by Matt Hobby, is an amusing and well-meaning presence in young Sheldon. His attempts to guide Sheldon spiritually often result in comedic clashes, as Sheldon's strict scientific mindset refuses to acknowledge religious beliefs. Despite their differences, Pastor Jeff genuinely cares for the Cooper family and is one of the show's most consistently entertaining characters. His interactions with Mary, particularly as she takes on a more active role in the church, add depth to his character. Pastor Jeff's storyline evolves over the series, from being a conventional religious figure to someone with his own personal struggles and growth. His comedic timing and unexpected depth make him one of young Sheldon's most enjoyable original characters. Billy Sparks, played by Wyatt McClure, is one of the most memorable minor characters in young Sheldon.